Okay.
The fuck is wrong with your cat? She's just cuddling my shoe.
To be fair, they're quite nice. Nice shoes.
They're good shoes, but like, that is weird.
No.
This is gonna be a blooper.
Hi everybody, I'm Anna.
And I'm Michelle.
And we're the two mythical unicorns. And today we're doing the Bastille Tag.
Yes, that we created? Yeah, we did. We created a tag.
No, I did.
You did. I answered questions.
Yeah, you
it's
did.
fine.
It's because we're going to see Bastille, so we
Yeah.
thought it would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we have songs that correlate with a question, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's get started. Right.
First up, happier. Lately I've been thinking I want you to be happier, I want you to be happier. So what book would you recommend for someone to make them happy?
This was difficult.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I tried to think of a book that's just like happy throughout it, and I was like, that's not
That's not a thing.
a thing.
Because that's not how you build a plot.
Exactly. But I thought of a book that made me happy, and that was Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, because it's adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I chose Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell.
Well, she writes adorable books.
Yeah, and I thought like it had such a cute ending.
Yeah, it does.
And it was just sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. She's good.
Yeah. Next up is Pompeii. And in the music video, everybody's eyes become black, like they're possessed by demons.
Yeah.
So, what is a good book with the demons in it?
This I really had to consider. I realized I haven't read many books with specifically demons in them. I didn't read like
The Mortal Instruments.
exactly. I read the first book and gave up. So I decided to go with Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman, because there's a demon, or a couple of them actually, and it's a fantastic book.
I went with A House of Shattered Wings, Aliette Boudard. And yeah, that is actually demons possessing people.
Ah!
Like in a... It's like in France in 1945, but it's a
Cool.
like parallel world, so there
Oh.
are not that many humans left.
Right.
Mostly fallen angels.
Okay.
Yeah. Third one. The things we lost in the fire. If your house was on fire, what one single book would you save?
This is impossible.
When I told Alex this, he was like, well, I can buy a new book.
Yeah.
I wouldn't save a book. That is not the point!
That's not the thing that we're talking about here. That is not the concept, Alex.
No.
That's just cheating. Yeah, there was a lot of books that I could have chosen for this, but for sentimental reasons, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I have 3 copies of it, so one of them.
I actually went with a Swedish one. Text from Sappho till Strindberg. So
Whoa.
it's text from Sappho, who is one of the first authors, we think, and then to Strindberg.
Right.
And there are quite good text in there and interesting things. And it was really expensive. And my mom dropped it on the pavement, so the back cracked.
Oh yeah!
When we were in India, it followed me to India. So yeah, I would save that one.
Fair.
It's been through a lot.
Yeah, that's been through a lot.
Yeah, it deserves saving. Next up is Flaws. What book, despite its flaws, did you love?
Could have picked a lot of books for this, because I like in the span between like 14 and I'd say 17, during sort of what I like to call the twilight years, there were a lot of similarly plotted books
Yeah.
that we read. I think we can both we were both guilty of this at the time.
Yeah. We're probably not the only ones.
No. That I wouldn't read today and go, this is very good. I ended up going with Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick because I loved that first book.
Yeah.
I loved. I read one chapter like a few years ago and I was like, I'll just leave this on the shelf. I'll just let it stay there in its like 17-year-old prime.
Yeah.
It was good.
In its glory.
Yeah.
In the memory.
I'll leave it there.
I went with Delirium by Lauren Oliver.
Yeah.
And I know it's not perfect.
It's not. But I also loved it. Yeah.
And I have reread it.
Oh, I haven't tried.
And I still love it. I know it's not perfect and there are flaws.
But it's so good. It's such a good concept though.
Yeah.
Like it's the execution I'm not as impressed by, but the concept is so good.
Yeah. So yeah, it has a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
Next one. midnight. Listen to the song. What book does it make you think of?
For some reason, this made me think of The Underdogs by Marcus Zuzak. I don't know if you read that, but it's two boys. They're brothers, and they're fighting over the same girl, essentially, sort of throughout a couple of books. So I think this is another one of the Twilight years kind of thing. But yeah, quite possibly. But it's the uproar, it's the rebellion and all these things. So it sort of fit with the storyline.
Yeah. I went with Nick and Nora's Playlist.
Oh yeah, I love
Because they
that
just
book.
go around at night and do things, and it's an adventure. And
Yeah.
they're young and it's fun.
Yeah, no, that was a good book.
Yeah. Next up, World Gone Mad. And that is in the movie Bright. So what book to movie TV show adaptation did you enjoy? It doesn't have to be favorite, it's just
No.
you enjoyed it.
Yeah, because I don't know if I have a favorite adaptation that way. Well, Harry Potter, technically.
Yeah.
But we're staying away from that.
Yeah. Staying away from Harry Potter this time.
Like this time we're trying to do other things. And outside of those films, I was sort of like, well, I don't know. But I ended up going with American Gods by Neil Gaiman. So they did a TV show adaptation of that.
Yeah.
And I think the second season is coming out this year. And it's one of those where it's like, it's quite different from the book itself, but it's really well made and all of the characters are well done, and we sort of get to see things that we couldn't in the book because we're following along with the narrator.
Yeah.
So like in a TV show you can sort of go along with other characters, so you get to see their stories and stuff, and I really like that. So they made that really, it's really well made, it's really good.
I went with The Hunger Games. Because it's good. Yeah. I enjoyed the films.
Yeah.
And the books. So yeah, it was good. So next up is Glory. Name a book that was somehow praised but then didn't deliver.
Oh god. This was the one that I struggled with the most because I don't tend to like read reviews or watch any I don't really listen to hype that way. But this book I specifically sort of read because a lot of people on BookTube was reading it and saying it was really cute and amazing and stuff. And that's Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. She had like this, I think it's a trilogy of different girls meeting boys, essentially.
Yeah.
And the first one is Anna and the French Kiss, and everyone's like, it's adorable! And I read it and I was like, this is a lot about like cheating and people being like stupid. Essentially.
Yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately, I wasn't as impressed.
I went with Red Queen or maybe more Sword.
I
That's
almost
the
picked this
second
one.
by Victoria
Avion.
Avion. And it has so many good concepts
Yeah.
in it. And it's the society and the powers and the political revolution. And she is so annoying. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
She is driving me insane, and I wanted to like it so much, so I listened to it on audiobook while walking to school and doing chores at home and all this kind of stuff. And I got through the first one pretty quickly, and then like almost all the way through the second one, and then there was just this moment I was like,
I can't deal with this.
no, not again. Stop blaming yourself for everything. Yeah, and then I haven't gotten any further.
Yeah.
I kind of just gave up, and I read how it all ended, and then I got mad at the ending, and then I was like, yeah, this is over. Next up we have Bastille covers Miley Cyrus' We Can't Stop.
Nicely done.
That one is good. That is probably my favorite song by them. It is so good. It's amazing.
They do it really well.
Yeah.
So fair enough.
Yeah. Name a book you just couldn't stop reading.
I had to consider, I was like, have I ever read one, like sat down and read through one book, like in one sitting?
Yeah.
And I realized that I have. And that's The Young Elites by Marie Lu. She did a trilogy called The Legend series or something. And I read halfway through the first one of those books and went, no. Not for me. And then I spoiled myself with the rest of the series and went, yeah, no, not for me. And this was a complete cover buy, because this book looks beautiful. And I got home and I read like 3 or 4 pages in the bookstore, because I was like, I don't trust that I'll like this. And then I read through and I was like, okay. And I got home and I think I ended up reading until like 3 o'clock in the morning and just finished it in one go.
New Moon.
Oh yeah.
Because I finished Twilight, and then I had that one in English, and then I had New Moon in Swedish,
Yeah.
and I was like, nope, this is not working. So I went down to the bookstore the next day, was there when they opened, like I was waiting outside the door, bought the book, bought all the books,
Yeah, of course.
and then I went home and I started reading, and I read until 5 in the morning. It was like when we were eating dinner, my parents told me to put the book down, and I was like, nope.
I can't.
I am not can't. You can't talk to me today. I'm off.
I'm not here.
Yeah. Next up, Grip with C. I would rather forget and wash my memory clean. Which book would you like to forget?
And we're back on the hush hush. Yeah, I specifically chose the 4th one, which we think is called Finale.
Yeah,
because there's
or
a
final.
finale, who knows?
It sounds fancier to say finale.
But I could pick the 2nd, the 3rd and the 4th, because I don't think any of them are... I didn't like them at the time of reading them, even. I think I got through the 2nd one fairly alright, and then on the 3rd one I was like, okay, now it's getting repetitive. And then on the 4th one I was like, what is happening? What is this?
Yeah.
It went off in this direction. I was like, what just happened?
I went with Metamorphosis with Kafka.
Oh,
Yeah.
that one.
Because that shit is giving me nightmares. I am not a fan of Kafka, and I've only read it because I've been forced to in school.
Yeah.
I hate it so much.
I watched a play of it. It's
Yeah, and he was bouncing on a trampoline and it did not make things better. Oh my god.
so tragic.
Yeah. And lastly, Get Home How am I gonna get myself back home? A book that made you feel a little lost.
Yeah. Actually, mine works really well with this. Trying to get home, because I chose The Martian.
Yeah.
Because even though like it's a really funny book and the narrator is actually really great and the like it's a good book, but there's a lot of like math and like he's explaining everything to you and you're sitting there going, I don't understand. Oh, well, I did at least. I didn't. I was like, okay, so now he's somehow made potatoes. I don't understand how that worked, but anyways, he does explain things as they're going, and he's like, yeah, but it just went straight over my head. I didn't understand it.
I went with A Legend by Veronica Roth. Because I loved the first book, and the second book was also okay, and then the third one just took a turn somewhere, and the ending just was crap, and I was just like,
what just happened?
What happened?
Yeah, and it's also one of those books where it's like there's two narrators, right? So there's both For and Tris, and they don't have very distinct. Sometimes I had to go back to them. I was like, who am I reading?
Yeah,
it wasn't very well done.
Yeah, and since I liked the first and the second book, I was quite invested in the third one as well. And then it all just went wrong and nothing made sense anymore. and then she died and he just
went off.
Yeah, and just lost his will to live. Essentially. And I didn't even read that part properly. I still haven't read that part properly because I was just so pissed off and sad and just like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do with my life now?
And then
that was it.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, that was the Bastille Tag. And we will put the questions down below as well.
Yeah.
So you can see them.
Sure.
And yeah.
Okay.
That was it.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye. Now she's literally on my feet instead. Ow! You just bit me.
Be nice. She thinks you're the one who's not nice.
Yeah, she literally just gave me the evil eye.
Hi. Okay.